kids, we're out in the middle of the Ohio River, right between two states. We got 1 foot in one, 1 foot in the other. There's Kentucky that away and Illinois that away. And the best part is down the river, up the river, whatever, up here along those caves, you can see maybe in the rocks there, it's a place called Cave In Rock. There's some fantastic tall tales told about that place. I'm going in. I hope you're not scared. Don't even know what we might find in there. Could be pirates, could be treasure, could be most anything. So are you up for some adventure this afternoon? Hey, come on with me. We're almost on the far shore. Let's go. Hey guys, I want to tell you the story about the river pirates and this stretch of river. You can look out and see all the way up and down the river. Well, back in the old days, the way, way, way old days, in fact, I think it was around the Revolutionary War time, used to be real pirates on this river. Can you believe it? You believe in real pirates? No? I used to think their pirates were not real either. I used to think they were fiction, but I found out later they are. They were real. What these guys would do, pirates are people that rob other people, and sometimes they even do worse than rob them. Sometimes they kill them just to get their stuff. So what these guys would do, I have heard, is hang out in this cave down here. They wouldn't just say, come on in here, this is a pirate cave. How do you think they'd lure them in? How?
Drag them.
Drag them? They could have done that. Well, so I heard tell that what they'd do is put a sign up out there and say, eats, drinks, you know, comfort, come on in here, take a rest. So the people would believe it. They'd believe what they saw on the outside of that cave, and they'd go in to get a meal or lay down for the night. They'd make them feel all cozy and cook a good meal for them. And then, in the middle of the night, when they were sleeping, they'd get up and they'd just rob them blind. They had not a thing. I heard the next town down, there's another house that if they got away from here and they'd stop there for safety, guess what? It's the same gang of pirates that ran this cave, ran that one down there. And so if they escaped from one, they got snagged in the next one. If you guys are ready, I'm putting on my pirate hat. And I'm heading down to the river to lurk with the pirates and see what kind of gold and treasure we can find. Come on, let's go, guys. Want me to help you down? You can jump. Good. Woo. Oh, it's cool. Doesn't it feel good? It's good on a summer afternoon. Yep, come on, girls, let's go see. Ah, it's feeling better and better. The closer you get in here, the cooler it gets.
Are you sure? I want to climb, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's go.
Oh, it smells bad.
It does.
Those poisons.
Ah, yep. Wow. So you suppose they had fires in here? Come on, girls. Woo. Whoa. Look up over your heads. Whoa. Isn't that cool? Then up here, it gets even more interesting. There's more rooms. We're standing in the middle of a light shaft. Look right up over your heads. Isn't that cool? It goes clear up to the ground. I guess water over the years eroded that, washed all those rocks away. So now, if you had really long legs, you could get out of here if you had to, huh? And look, you look up in the ceiling over there. Do you notice when we came in, all the names on the roof?
Yeah.
How do you suppose they got up there? Do you know? Climbed, they could have. Could you climb up in the middle up there?
No.
No, I couldn't either. I was thinking they might have got a really long ladder, but I don't think they could have carried it down the rocks either. The lady up at the gift shop told me that what they actually did is when the river rose, the water would come up higher and higher and come back even in the cave back here. And then they'd come in little boats and stand up in the boat and they'd paint their name so everybody would know they'd been here. Now, back in this part, I think is probably where the real nitty-gritty of pirate work went on. What do you suppose the pirates did?
They put other
They did. What about if you guys are the people and I'm going to be the pirate? Okay, you guys camp out. Here I am. You don't have a clue that I'm here. And guess what? The pirate had come out. Looking, looking. Unwary! I'll get you. Carry you off to my lair. Just like that. Kicking and screaming, huh? Well, pirates really were pretty scary. Okay. And
But you're not scary.
I'm not. I tried my best to be scary as I could be. Well, the thing about pirates is that you never can tell what they're up to, even though they look like they're just having fun and it's a good place to rest. You just never can tell what you see on the surface. We're back in the way, way back furthest reaches of this cave. Oh, I even see a bird flying in. It's really kind of creepy back here, very dark, and there's mud on the floor, really sticky. Can you hold your shoe up to here? Show them how dirty it is. Yuck! I know, it makes it stick to the floor. But hey guys, come with me. I want to show you something up here a little farther up. I think I found the fire pit where they used to cook their dinners. What do you think this looks like? You think that looks like it?
Yeah.
Think you can find any food scraps in there? Any coals or anything left? I don't know, it's been a long, long time ago they were in here. I don't think we have many pirates left today. Maybe they're just called by another name. All right, let's head on out. Popsicles too? Boy, I tell you, they had a real primitive diet, didn't they?
And sodas.
And sodas, I know.
See, there's sodas.
Yeah, you know, I think those must be the descendants of the pirates left that. So what'd you like about it in here? Did you find any bones? No. Not really. We found some outside, though. Those were just fish bones. Yeah, it was muddy. Well, one thing I want you to remember about this pirate cave is that things are not always the same on the inside as they are on the outside. Sometimes you can get fooled, and so you got to watch and be wary. Whoa! Wow, kids. I hope you had as good a time in here as we did. Why don't you get out your paper and your pencil and get ready to take down my address. We're going to head back, and I'm going to do a little heart-to-heart talking with you in a minute. But until then, why don't you get ready and write down my address so I can get your letter in the mail real soon. All right? Tally-ho. See you in a bit.
Hey kids, Grandma Joyce would love to hear from you, so why not sit down and write her a letter? Like every grandma, she loves to get pictures, drawings, or anything else you send her. Just write to Grandma's House, P.O. Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Her email is grandma@3abn.org. That's grandma@3abn.org. So what are you waiting for? Write her today.
So, when's the last time you visited a cave? They are really fun and can be so interesting. The next time you're on vacation, maybe your family can plan an excursion into one or two caves close to your route. Part of the fun is seeing how different one cave is from another. You know, up on Mount Rainier, if you hike up higher than the lodge, there are ice caves. These are made when glacier ice melts in the summertime and runs down little crevices in the ice. It melts more and more ice on its way down. Eventually, the running water makes even more space under the ice, and a cave forms along the sides of the stream. By the time it reaches the edge of the glacier, it can be large enough for lots of people to go inside and even hike up along the tunnel for maybe a quarter of a mile or more. It is so beautiful inside an ice cave. It's blue, and the light is so soft that it seems to come from every direction at once. But another kind of cave I've seen is as different as it can be from the soft blue light of ice caves. In Central Oregon, there are lava tube caves, made centuries ago when some of the volcanoes in the area were erupting. The hot lava would flow down the mountainsides and out over the valley floor. Well, the lava on top would cool first and turn to rock faster than the stuff under the surface, and it would make a tube of running liquids like an underground river. Over time, the middle would be eroded by rainwater, and then you'd have a cave running through the lava beds. These tubes run all over the place, mostly near the surface, and they are lots of fun to follow. You just never know where they will pop back up to the surface. Kind of makes you feel like a gopher playing in one of these. The rocks in this kind of cave are really sharp and rough though, and if you go exploring one of these, you better wear sturdy hiking boots and protect your knees and elbows. And then there are caves with pillars of rock and strange formations. Caves that are a tight squeeze between slabs of rock. Ooh, I don't like those. Caves that are holes in the ground full of water. And sometimes people go scuba diving. There are caves where bats live and caves where glowworms glow. Wow, everyone is different and it just begs to be explored. But you know, as we started our adventure today with the cave in the riverbank where pirates once lurked for the unwary, these days we don't hear so much about pirates. But there still are some around doing their dastardly deeds on the high seas, over around Somalia and some other remote places. I've been trying to think of what I really want to say about caves and pirates and stuff, and how I can help you see something important out of all this. It's just that I want you to think a little more about grown-up things than most kids your age do. But I know how intelligent you are, and I know you like to ponder on deep things. And I know your thoughts go much deeper than many people would give you credit for. I want you to think about your character today and what kind of a person you want to be tomorrow. Just like all of the caves we talked about have a different character from each other, well, so do people. Some go deep underground, some run around all over the surface, some are full of beautiful light, and some are cold and dark and wet. You kids are very important people because soon you will be the teachers, doctors, firemen, plumbers, citizens, and leaders who are going to be in charge of the world. How are you going to change the world? Yes, you. Every single person alive changes the world in some way. You just can't help it. The thing is, how are you going to change it? It's not too early to start thinking about that. Because even this very minute, you are changing the world by just being in it. It's called influence. And everybody has some, even people who think they don't. Your influence comes from the things you think about and the things you say and do. Well, your influence is kind of like gravity. You know how that works, right? Which has more influence or more gravity? If I had a ping pong ball and a ball bearing, which one would be heavier? The ball bearing, right? It's the same with your character or your influence. The more important and substantial your thoughts and aspirations, the more weight they carry and the more they influence the people around you. Well, which has more influence on our Earth? Is it the sun or the moon? You can always tell by which one goes around the other. Our Earth goes around the sun because the sun has more gravity, more pull. The moon goes around us because we have more gravity than it does. The one in the middle is the one who has the most influence. That's where God is. Everything revolves around him. But we have our sphere of influence too. And the more your thoughts are like God's thoughts, the more they will attract other people to him. When I talk to you in our little heart-to-heart chats like this, I'm using my influence to change the world through you. I want you to be inspired, challenged, prepared for everything God wants you to be. Don't be satisfied with low achievements. Reach for the stars. Remember, God will help you because this is his purpose for you, and he has promised. I love you, and God loves you even more.